Picture this. You're standing in the middle of life's storm. Chaos rages around you. Voices clash, tempers rise, opportunities come and go in the blink of an eye. People scramble for control, drowning in their own emotions. But you stand still, calm, unyielding. Like a mountain in the face of the wind, you don't just survive the storm, you bend it to your will. This isn't fantasy. This isn't unattainable. It's the essence of a timeless philosophy, a way of living that has endured for millennia. Wisdom seekers, welcome to a journey that promises not just survival, but mastery. What if I told you that the keys to winning every situation already lie within you? That the secrets are buried in the teachings of ancient philosophers, warriors, and thinkers who understood the human condition better than anyone? These aren't strategies that depend on luck, wealth, or circumstances. They are universal principles, tools you can wield in every facet of your life, no matter the situation. The ancient Stoics knew this. They thrived in times of war, political upheaval, and personal loss. Seneca, the Roman philosopher, wrote, "He who is brave is free." Marcus Aurelius, the warrior emperor, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." These men, and many others, discovered that true strength comes not from controlling the world, but from mastering oneself. Today, we will explore 8 profound strategies rooted in Stoicism and enriched by modern understanding. Each strategy is a thread that weaves a tapestry of resilience, wisdom, and inner peace. Together, they form a guide, an unshakable roadmap to win not just battles, but the war of life itself. But let me warn you, these strategies are not for the faint of heart. They require you to look inward, to challenge your assumptions, and to embrace a level of discipline and awareness that few dare to achieve. Yet, those who do will experience life on an entirely new level, one where every situation becomes an opportunity, every challenge a lesson, and every loss a step towards something greater. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Every like, subscribe helps us continue our mission of sharing knowledge, and leave a comment below and share your opinion on these strategies. Or tell me which one resonates with you the most. Are you ready to uncover the silent power within you? Are you ready to awaken the unshakable force that lies dormant in your soul? Let us begin with the first strategy. Strategy 1, the discipline of perception. Close your eyes and imagine a critical moment, one where everything feels like it's collapsing around you. The pressure is overwhelming, voices are shouting, and decisions must be made. Most people would panic, letting their emotions hijack their judgment. But you in this moment step into a calm state of mind. You pause, detach from the chaos, and see the situation with clarity. In that instant, you become the master of the storm, not its victim. This is the essence of perception, the ability to choose how you interpret and respond to the world. The ancient Stoics believed that events themselves are neutral. It is not what happens to us that defines our experience, but how we perceive it. Marcus Aurelius captured this power when he wrote, "If you are pained by anything external, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it. And it is in your power to wipe out this judgment now." This truth is transformative. Mastering your perception means taking control of the lens through which you view life. It's not easy, but it's essential. Imagine you're facing an obstacle. Most people see it as a barrier, something to avoid or complain about. But perception allows you to reinterpret it as an opportunity, a challenge that will make you stronger. Epictetus reminded us that we are disturbed not by events, but by our interpretation of them. If you can train yourself to see every setback as a chance for growth, every challenge as a test of your strength, you will become unstoppable. The world doesn't change, your perception of it does. And that is enough to shift the balance in your favor. Take a moment to reflect on your daily struggles. How often do you fall into the trap of catastrophizing? A simple mistake becomes a disaster. A minor inconvenience feels like the end of the world. What if instead you could step back and reframe the situation? Consider this. Losing a job might seem devastating, but it could also be the catalyst for a better career. Facing rejection might feel humiliating, but it could teach you resilience. The power lies in the story you tell yourself about the event. To develop this skill, practice stepping into the present moment. Most of the pain we feel comes not from the event itself, but from our tendency to replay the past or worry about the future. Marcus Aurelius advised, confine yourself to the present. When you focus on what is in front of you, without the weight of past regrets or future anxieties, you can respond with clarity and purpose. Imagine being in a heated argument. Instead of reacting with anger, take a breath and ask yourself, what does this moment require of me? This small pause creates a gap between stimulus and response, a gap where wisdom resides. Perception also requires objectivity. To see things as they are, not as you wish them to be, is a rare skill. Emotions cloud our judgment, turning minor issues into major crises. But the more you practice detachment, the clearer your vision becomes. When faced with a difficult decision, imagine advising a friend in the same situation. What would you tell them? By stepping outside your emotions, you gain a fresh perspective, allowing you to act rationally and effectively. Mastering perception is the first key to winning every situation. It transforms obstacles into opportunities, enemies into teachers, and failures into lessons. With this foundation, you're ready to move to the next strategy. Strategy 2. Control the controllables. Picture a man standing in a storm. The wind howls, the rain lashes against his skin, and the world around him is in chaos. Yet he remains calm, not because he can stop the storm, but because he knows he cannot. He focuses instead on what he can control, his thoughts, his actions, and his attitude. This is the essence of Stoic power, controlling the controllables. The Stoics understood that much of life is beyond our control. Epictetus taught, some things are up to us and some things are not. This simple idea can free you from unnecessary suffering. Think about it. How often do we waste energy worrying about things we cannot influence? The opinions of others, the outcome of events, or even the weather. These are outside our control. Yet we let them consume us, robbing us of peace and focus. To win in any situation, you must learn to distinguish between what is within your control and what is not. Focus your energy only on what you can influence. Your thoughts, your choices, and your actions. Everything else is noise. Imagine you're preparing for an important presentation. You can't control how others will react, but you can control how well you prepare, how confidently you speak, and how you respond to questions. By focusing on these controllables, you shift from a mindset of fear to one of empowerment. Consider how often people stress over opinions. They worry about being judged or misunderstood. But opinions are beyond your control. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Let others think what they will. Your task is to act in alignment with your values. This strategy also applies to setbacks. Imagine losing a promotion at work. You can't change the decision, but you can control your response. Do you sulk and blame others, or do you use the experience to improve and prove your worth? The choice is yours, and it's in this choice that true power lies. Training yourself to focus on what you can control requires discipline. It starts with mindfulness, being aware of your thoughts and actions. When you catch yourself worrying about something outside your control, pause and redirect your focus. Ask yourself, what can I do right now? This shift may seem small, but it can transform your entire approach to life. Instead of feeling helpless, you take responsibility for what is within your grasp. The beauty of this strategy is its simplicity. Life will always throw challenges your way. People will disappoint you, plans will fail, and outcomes will surprise you. But if you anchor yourself in the controllables, you become unshakable. Like the man in the storm, you may not calm the winds, but you can walk through them with purpose and resolve. By mastering this strategy, you not only survive life's challenges, you thrive within them. Strategy 3. Harness the power of emotional mastery. Now imagine this. You are faced with an insult, a sharp, stinging remark, meant to provoke you, to wound you. Most people would react immediately, lashing out in anger, their emotions taking control, but not you. Instead, you pause, let the words echo without attaching to them, and respond with calm clarity. The person who insulted you is thrown off balance, their power over you disintegrating. You walk away stronger, unshaken. This is the power of emotional mastery. To win in any situation, you must learn to master your emotions, not suppress them, but understand and guide them like a skilled rider taming a wild horse. The Stoics believed that unchecked emotions are the root of poor decisions and needless suffering. Seneca observed, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Emotional mastery begins with awareness. Most people go through life on autopilot, reacting to triggers without pausing to reflect. A traffic jam makes them angry. A setback fills them with despair. But the Stoics knew better. They taught that emotions arise not from events themselves, but from our judgments about those events. If you can change your interpretation, you can change your emotional response. Imagine being overlooked for a promotion at work. Your initial reaction might be anger or disappointment, but if you pause and reflect, you might see the situation differently. Perhaps it's an opportunity to reassess your goals or a reminder to develop your skills further. By reframing the event, you transform negative emotions into productive energy. To master your emotions, practice detachment. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means observing your emotions without being controlled by them. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not be overheard complaining, not even to yourself." Complaints fuel negative emotions, reinforcing a sense of helplessness. Instead, focus on what the moment requires of you. When anger arises, see it as a signal not to lash out, but to address the underlying issue with reason and clarity. One way to practice emotional mastery is through self-reflection. At the end of each day, review your emotional responses. When did you lose your temper? When did you allow fear or frustration to guide your actions? This exercise, known as evening reflection by the Stoics, helps you identify patterns and develop greater self-awareness. Over time, you'll notice a shift. Situations that once triggered you will no longer have the same power over you. Another crucial aspect of emotional mastery is controlling your inner dialogue. The way you talk to yourself shapes your emotional landscape. If you tell yourself, "I can't handle this over medicine. This always happens to me," you reinforce a sense of victimhood. But if you remind yourself, "I am capable of handling whatever comes my way," you cultivate resilience. Words have power. Use them wisely. When you master your emotions, you gain the ability to remain composed under pressure, to think clearly when others are overwhelmed, and to act with intention rather than impulse. This composure gives you an edge in every situation, turning emotional storms into opportunities for growth. Strategy 4. Embody the art of patience. Imagine you're playing a high-stakes game of chess. Your opponent is impatient, making hasty moves, eager to win quickly. But you take your time. You study the board, consider each possibility, and make deliberate moves. Eventually, your opponent's impatience becomes their downfall, and you emerge victorious. This is the art of patience, a skill that separates the impulsive from the wise, the reactive from the strategic. In a world that values instant gratification, patience has become a rare and powerful virtue. Yet the Stoics knew its importance. They understood that time is the ultimate ally for those who know how to use it. Seneca wrote, "Time discovers truth." Patience allows you to see the bigger picture, to wait for the right moment to act, and to avoid costly mistakes born of haste. Patience is not passive. It's an active choice to endure discomfort, delay gratification, and remain steadfast in pursuit of your goals. Imagine a difficult negotiation. The impatient person might rush to agree to unfavorable terms just to end the tension. But the patient individual remains calm, willing to let time work in their favor, and ultimately secures a better outcome. Patience is the ability to play the long game, knowing that true success often requires enduring short-term discomfort. To cultivate patience, start by embracing discomfort. Most people avoid discomfort at all costs, seeking immediate relief through impulsive actions. But discomfort is not your enemy, it's a teacher. When you feel frustration or restlessness, pause and observe it. Ask yourself, what is this moment teaching me? By sitting with discomfort instead of fleeing from it, you strengthen your capacity for patience. Another key to patience is learning to delay gratification. Modern life tempts us with instant rewards, fast food, quick fixes, and immediate results. But the Stoics remind us that lasting fulfillment comes from disciplined effort over time. Epictetus advised, "No great thing is created suddenly." Whether you're building a career, a relationship, or a skill, the most worthwhile achievements require patience and persistence. Imagine planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to check its progress. You water it, give it sunlight, and trust that with time it will grow. Life is no different. Impatience leads to premature actions that can sabotage your efforts. Patience, on the other hand, allows you to nurture your goals and let them unfold naturally. Patience also requires trust. Trust in yourself, in the process, and in the natural flow of life. When things don't go according to plan, resist the urge to force outcomes. Instead, remind yourself that setbacks are often detours leading to greater opportunities. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Patience transforms obstacles into stepping stones, allowing you to move forward with grace and resilience. Finally, practice patience in your daily interactions. Whether you're waiting in line, dealing with a difficult person, or pursuing a long-term goal, use these moments as opportunities to cultivate this virtue. Each act of patience strengthens your character, making you more resilient and composed in the face of life's challenges. When you embody the art of patience, you gain a quiet strength that few possess. You become the person who acts with deliberation, who remains calm in the face of urgency, and who achieves success not through haste, but through wisdom. With patience as your ally, you are prepared to master the next strategy. Strategy 5. The strength of adaptability. Life is unpredictable. No matter how carefully you plan, circumstances will change, obstacles will appear, and opportunities will vanish as quickly as they arrive. Most people resist change, clinging desperately to their plans and expectations. But the Stoics knew that rigidity is a weakness, while adaptability is the key to enduring and thriving. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." To win in any situation, you must learn to bend without breaking, to adapt and transform challenges into opportunities. Adaptability begins with a simple truth. The only constant in life is change. To resist change is to resist reality itself. Instead of fighting what cannot be controlled, the adaptable person learns to flow with it, like water finding its way around rocks. This flexibility is not a sign of weakness, but of profound strength. It allows you to remain effective, even when the terrain shifts beneath your feet. Imagine you're leading a project at work, and suddenly the company announces a major reorganization. Your plans are upended, and the resources you counted on are no longer available. While others panic or complain, you pause, reassess the situation, and adjust your approach. Instead of being paralyzed by disappointment, you find new ways to achieve your goals within the new framework. This ability to pivot, to adjust without losing focus, sets you apart. Adaptability also requires humility, the willingness to let go of your ego and accept that your original plan might not work. Epictetus reminded us, it is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments about them. When circumstances change, don't waste time lamenting what was. Instead, ask yourself, what does this new situation demand of me? By focusing on the present reality rather than clinging to the past, you free yourself to act with clarity and purpose. To become adaptable, practice viewing setbacks as opportunities for creativity. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, how can I turn this to my advantage? The Stoics called this concept amor fati, or love of fate. It is the mindset of embracing whatever happens, not as a burden, but as a gift. If a door closes, look for a window. If a plan fails, use the failure to build a better one. Every obstacle contains the seeds of innovation, if you're willing to see them. Another aspect of adaptability is resilience. Change often brings discomfort, but discomfort is a necessary part of growth. Think of a tree in a storm. Its branches sway and bend, but its roots remain strong. Similarly, when life's winds blow, adaptability allows you to bend without losing your foundation. The key is to focus on what remains constant, your values, your principles, and your goals, while adjusting your methods to suit the circumstances. To cultivate adaptability, challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone regularly. Seek out new experiences, learn new skills, and expose yourself to unfamiliar perspectives. The more you practice adapting to small changes, the more prepared you'll be to handle major ones. Over time, you'll develop a mindset that sees change not as a threat, but as an opportunity to grow stronger. Adaptability is the strength of those who refuse to be defeated by life's unpredictability. It allows you to navigate uncertainty with confidence, to turn setbacks into stepping stones, and to find solutions where others see only problems. By mastering adaptability, you ensure that no matter what life throws at you, you will rise to meet it. Strategy 6. Cultivate the power of silence. Imagine a crowded room filled with noise. People are talking over one another, vying for attention, their voices rising in volume but losing in meaning. In the midst of this chaos, one person remains silent. They listen, observe, and think before they speak. When they finally do, their words carry weight and command respect. This is the power of silence, a subtle yet profound force that allows you to win not through noise, but through wisdom. In a world obsessed with constant communication, silence is an undervalued skill. Yet the Stoics understood its power. Seneca wrote, "As often as possible, remain silent, or speak only what is necessary and in few words." Silence is not about withdrawing or avoiding engagement. It is about mastering the art of restraint. To cultivate the power of silence is to learn when to speak and when to hold back, when to act and when to wait. Silence begins with listening. Most people listen to respond, not to understand. They are so eager to share their opinions that they miss what is being said. But silence teaches you to listen deeply, not just to words, but to tone, emotion, and what is left unsaid. This kind of listening allows you to understand others on a deeper level, to anticipate their needs and intentions. In negotiations, silence can be your greatest ally, giving you the patience to let others reveal their positions while you carefully formulate your own. Silence also cultivates self-awareness. By stepping back from the noise of the world, you create space to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and actions. The Stoics practiced periods of solitude and silence as a way to connect with their inner selves. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, often wrote about the importance of retreating into the self, finding peace within, and gaining clarity before re-entering the world. When you cultivate silence, you gain the ability to act not out of impulse, but out of intention. In conflict, silence is a powerful tool. When emotions run high, silence allows you to remain calm and composed. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can pause, reflect, and choose your response. This restraint not only de-escalates tension, but also gives you the upper hand. People expect immediate reactions. Your silence unsettles them, creating a moment of uncertainty that shifts the dynamic in your favor. To harness the power of silence, practice the discipline of speaking less and listening more. Before you speak, ask yourself, is what I'm about to say necessary? Will it add value to the conversation? If the answer is no, hold back. This doesn't mean you should suppress your thoughts or opinions, but rather that you should choose your words with care. When you do speak, your words will carry greater weight and impact. Silence is also about embracing stillness. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with information and distractions. But silence offers a refuge, a chance to step away from the noise and reconnect with what truly matters. Take time each day to sit in silence, even if only for a few minutes. Use this time to reflect, to breathe, and to center yourself. Over time, you'll find that this practice enhances your focus, creativity, and emotional balance. The power of silence lies in its ability to create space for thought, for understanding, and for action. It allows you to move through life with greater intention, to navigate conflict with grace, and to command respect without raising your voice. By cultivating silence, you gain a quiet strength that speaks louder than words. With this power, you're ready to master the next strategy. Strategy 7. Master the art of strategic thinking. Life is a game of strategy. Every decision you make is a move on the grand chessboard of existence, and every action shapes your future. Some people act without foresight, driven by impulse and emotion, while others take a step back, survey the board, and calculate their moves with precision. The latter are the ones who consistently find themselves in positions of advantage. To win in any situation, you must master the art of strategic thinking, a skill that blends logic, foresight, and adaptability. Strategic thinking begins with clarity. You cannot plan your moves if you don't know your objective. The Stoics often spoke of living with purpose. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If a thing is not necessary, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This philosophy applies to strategy. Every move you make should serve a purpose. Ask yourself, what am I trying to achieve? What is my ultimate goal? By defining your objectives, you create a clear target for your efforts. Once you know your goal, The next step is to understand the terrain. Just as a general studies the battlefield before leading troops into combat, you must study your environment, assess the people involved, and anticipate potential obstacles. Strategic thinking requires a keen sense of observation. Pay attention to patterns, motives, and dynamics. Observe without judgment, and you'll begin to see opportunities where others see only chaos. Another critical element of strategic thinking is patience. The best strategies often require waiting for the right moment to act. Think of a predator stalking its prey. It doesn't rush in blindly, but waits for the perfect opportunity to strike. Similarly, when you act strategically, you don't force outcomes or waste energy on futile efforts. Instead, you position yourself so that success becomes inevitable. Strategic thinking also requires flexibility. While having a plan is essential, clinging to it rigidly can lead to failure. The Stoics were masters of this balance, teaching the importance of planning while remaining open to change. Epictetus advised, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." A good strategist adapts to new information and adjusts their approach as needed. If one path is blocked, find another. The key is to remain focused on the goal while being willing to change the method. A powerful tool for strategic thinking is to anticipate outcomes. Before you act, think through the potential consequences of your decisions. The Stoics practiced a technique called premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of evils, in which they imagined the worst-case scenario before taking action. This exercise not only prepares you for setbacks, but also helps you identify risks and adjust your plan accordingly. By anticipating outcomes, you minimize surprises and maximize your chances of success. Finally, strategic thinking involves considering the long-term impact of your actions. Many people make decisions based on immediate gratification, but true strategists think beyond the present moment. Before making a move, ask yourself, how will this decision affect me a year from now? 5 years? 10 years? By thinking long-term, you ensure that your actions align with your larger goals and values. Mastering the art of strategic thinking allows you to approach life with a sense of control and confidence. It empowers you to act with purpose, adapt to change, and make decisions that lead to lasting success. With this skill, you are not merely reacting to life's challenges, you are shaping your destiny. Strategy 8. Commit to daily discipline. Greatness is not achieved through grand gestures or occasional bursts of effort. It is built through the small, consistent actions you take every single day. Discipline is the cornerstone of success, the bridge between intention and achievement, between dreaming and doing. To win in every situation, you must commit to daily discipline, forging habits that align with your values and propel you toward your goals. Discipline begins with the recognition that freedom comes from self-control. This idea may seem paradoxical, but the Stoics understood its truth. Seneca wrote, "No man is free who is not a master of himself." Without discipline, you are a slave to your impulses, drifting aimlessly through life. With discipline, you take charge of your actions, your time, and your destiny. The foundation of discipline is routine. Your habits shape your future. So it's essential to establish routines that support your goals. Start by identifying the key areas of your life, your health, your work, your relationships, and create daily practices that nurture them. Whether it's exercising, journaling, or dedicating time to focused work, these small, consistent actions compound over time, leading to significant results. Discipline also requires the ability to resist distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere, pulling you away from your priorities. To stay disciplined, you must learn to say no to the tempting but meaningless diversions that waste your time and energy. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By focusing your mind on what truly matters, you regain control of your life. Another aspect of discipline is persistence. The path to success is rarely smooth. There will be setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. But discipline gives you the strength to keep going, even when the journey is difficult. Epictetus taught, "The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it." When you commit to daily discipline, you build resilience, the ability to endure challenges and emerge stronger on the other side. Discipline also involves accountability. Hold yourself to high standards and don't make excuses for falling short. If you miss a workout, skip a task, or lose focus, take responsibility and recommit to your goals. The Stoics believed in the importance of self-reflection as a tool for accountability. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did I live up to my potential today? Where can I improve tomorrow? This habit of reflection keeps you on track and ensures that you're always moving forward. Finally, discipline is not about perfection. It's about consistency. You don't have to be perfect every day, but you must show up. Even on the days when motivation is low and the effort feels insignificant, discipline keeps you moving. Over time, these small acts of discipline create momentum, transforming your life in ways you never thought possible. Committing to daily discipline is a declaration of intent, a promise to yourself that you will do what it takes to achieve your goals. It is the foundation upon which all other strategies rest, the key that unlocks your potential. When you live with discipline, you are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are in control, shaping your life one deliberate action at a time. With this final strategy, you have everything you need to face life's challenges and emerge victorious. Final thoughts. Life is a series of challenges, opportunities, and moments that test who we are and who we strive to become. It is a game we all must play, but the outcome is not determined by luck or fate. It is determined by the strategies we choose to live by. The 8 strategies we've explored are more than just tools for winning. They are principles for living a life of purpose, resilience, and mastery. From cultivating self-awareness to embracing discipline, from mastering adaptability to wielding the power of silence, these strategies are the foundation of a life well lived. They are not quick fixes or shortcuts, but enduring practices that require effort, reflection, and commitment. Yet in mastering them, you will find that life no longer happens to you. You happen to life. You become the architect of your fate, the master of your own destiny. The wisdom of the Stoics teaches us that while we cannot control the external world, we can always control how we respond to it. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Each of these strategies is a way of shaping your thoughts, actions, and habits to align with the best version of yourself. Together, they form a powerful framework for overcoming obstacles, achieving your goals, and navigating the complexities of the human experience. But these strategies are not meant to remain as mere words. They demand action. Knowledge without practice is powerless. It is through living these principles daily that their true strength is revealed. Start small. Choose one strategy and integrate it into your life. Reflect on it, refine it, and let it transform you. Then move to the next and the next, until these strategies are not just things you do, but reflections of who you are. Remember, the path to mastery is a journey, not a destination. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when the path forward feels unclear. But as the Stoics would remind us, these moments are not failures. They are opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body, wrote Seneca. Embrace these difficulties, for they are the proving ground of greatness. To my fellow wisdom seekers, life is calling. The time to act is now. You have within you the power to face any situation, to overcome any challenge, and to create a life of meaning and fulfillment. Use these strategies not just to win, but to thrive, to live deeply, and to leave a legacy that inspires others to do the same. The journey is yours, and the possibilities are endless. Go forth with courage, clarity, and the knowledge that you are capable of far more than you imagine. Your life is your masterpiece. Make it extraordinary.